How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video that's going to be extremely exciting, featuring my 1989 Honda Accord LXI. And I say extremely exciting because we're going to do a full interior exterior detail of this car all in one video, including ceramic coating and a partial paint correction, because it's just time to do it. I know I'm nowhere near as done with the body work that I want to complete. I actually wanted to complete it before doing this, but I'm in Florida, the sun is beating down, and I realized I need to get around to protecting this paint. So this is all original paint, and I want to protect as much of it as I can. And also I want to get this interior cleaned out, and I'm thinking about doing some window tinting on this. I've debated this because I love the way the original car looks without any type of window tinting. But every time I get in this car, I feel like the sun is just gonna damage this thing over time. And I wanna use this as a partial daily driver, which means it's gonna be out in the elements a lot. And guys, I just went and pulled out everything that I have, and I'm gonna go and buy some more stuff to be able to do this thing the best I can. So we're gonna foam blast this car, we're gonna clay bar this car, we're gonna do everything we can to make this as proper as we can without spending a ton of money, because I have a ton of stuff already in my possession, and I have some amazing Armor Shield ceramic coating here, guys, that we're gonna put on at the end. And we're gonna take our time doing this, but you guys are gonna see it all in one video. That's why this is gonna be an awesome video, because it's about to storm here. But I'm gonna get started now. We're gonna go ahead and foam blast this car. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up underneath my canopy. And when you guys see this video, you're gonna see me compounding, polishing. We're gonna do a bunch of stuff to this exterior, and we're gonna finalize it with some ceramic coating. And of course, we really can't do much to this back, so we're gonna kind of cut it off here. And then on a future video, we're gonna go ahead and finish off this back. But I'm really excited about getting this started because I want this paint to last. I wanna take this thing to car shows, and I wanna see what it looks like and what I can bring out. So let's get going. Well, guys, it's absolutely crazy how good this car looks just after a wash and clay bar. Now, I know it's storming and I look like an idiot out here in the rain, but let me tell you, if you live in Florida or if you know what the weather's like here, you would rather be washing this car in the rain than in the sun. It actually made it really nice. I'm gonna keep going, guys. You're gonna see this over the course of a couple of days, but I cannot believe how good this car already looks, and I'm excited to see what it looks like after a compound and polish. Wow, guys, this car looks absolutely incredible after the polish stage, which means when we ceramic coat this car, it's gonna look insane. Now, keep in mind, ceramic coating is all about the prep work. So your polish or compound, any of the paint correction stages you do are gonna make it look even better. But you gotta keep in mind, you have to get all of this residue off, because when we compound and polish, a lot of that stuff splashes up. It gets on some of the trim pieces, gets between the crevices. So now we've got to do a lot of work cleaning this car down, making sure it's perfect before we ceramic coat it. These trim pieces came out absolutely amazing. Now I just went ahead and compounded that, and you can see, now I'll show you guys on the screen, I did one side and not the other, and you can see how big of a difference that made. So I still have to wipe this part down here, but take a look at the outside of this mirror. This came out really good, and that's gonna look absolutely amazing once we go ahead and ceramic coat everything. Outside that, I'm gonna go ahead and try to kind of bring some of this out by using a hand compound across here and just bringing back that black luster in these rubber pieces and also preserving them, and we will be hitting that with ceramic coating as well. So there's a lot of stages to doing this, and that's why I'm gonna do it over multiple days. It's hot out here in Florida, and you do not wanna do this in the sun, so I'm trying to do it early in the morning and late at night, but you guys are gonna get it all in one video, so enjoy. Well, guys, I just finished up the ceramic coating, and I am beyond blown away. The way the black trim came out was unbelievable. You guys saw there, I tried to use the heat gun, which did work, but the compound actually worked better and was 1,000 times quicker, and the heat gun kind of caused a little bit of bubbling, so I completely stopped doing the heat gun. I may resort to the heat gun for the back. Now I'm gonna walk around because this car looks absolutely incredible. The sun is out right now, but we may be getting a storm, so I've got to do this quick, and I want to put the car underneath the shade because you do not want to get rain on it within the first 24 hours. But guys, just look at this. Look how deep the paint is now. And I am nowhere near as done detailing this. I want to do the tires. I'm going to go ahead and ceramic coat the rims as well. I got a lot of the trim. As you guys can see, this rubber trim here just looks absolutely amazing. Just take a look at what it looked like before, because this is the worst part of it, but this is kind of an idea of how it looked prior to getting the compound on there and then that ceramic coating. It just looks unbelievable. And you can see here, this is where I used the heat gun. You can see a little bit of bubbling actually occurred, so I stopped completely. It was working up front here. I did use the heat gun up here, and it started to bring it back, but I went ahead and just recompounded it, and then we ceramic coated it. So that's definitely the best way to do it. Now take a look at these mirrors here. The outside of these mirrors, just absolutely glossy. Brought it completely back to life. Probably gonna have to paint that, like I said, so that'll be a separate video. We'll do the windshield wipers, and we'll just kind of touch things up and do some fine detailing on one of the up and coming videos. But I am blown away, guys. I'm gonna definitely do another walk around once we do the interior, because that's kind of the next thing here. And I'm gonna go ahead and clean the tires up and all that stuff, but I wanted to get this on film before it rained, obviously, so I can get it out in the sun and show you guys how great this looks right after the ceramic coating. Well, guys, it's a new day and a new project. Like I said before, we're gonna dive right into the interior. Now, if you haven't seen the video where I picked this car up, you might not know this interior is in immaculate condition, but it had sat for quite some time. collected some dust, and I've also been daily driving it, so it does need a deep vacuum. And I'm going to talk about some other components in here because I don't think I've shown the interior in full detail yet, so we'll kind of do that a little bit, and then of course after we clean it we'll show it in a little bit more detail. Let's talk about what we're going to be using. Really basic products, because like I said before, it's really just kind of cleaning up a few spots here and there. I do want to scrub down this carpet here because it's been sitting for so long, and I definitely want to give it a good vacuum. So I've got my vacuum, pulled out my steam cleaner. Don't know if we're going to be needing that today. Wanted to get it out because we are going to be doing engine bay in an up and coming video. Just wanted to make sure everything's working right on that. But down here we've got some VLR so we can hit the dash and some of the door panels that are rubber or leather. And we've got some basic degreaser here in case we got something that needs a little more scrubbing. And this here is just a mixture of some laundry detergent and water, something I saw somebody else do and wanted to try it out. So that'll probably be the go-to for almost all the carpets and some of the door panels and stuff like that. Got some brushes here, some towels, and that's really just it, guys. So let's go ahead and step in and talk about kind of the goal here. Now, if you guys didn't see that first video, you might not know, this is one of the coolest parts of this car. It has the original mats that I don't think's ever been stepped on. Now, I don't know if these are original from the factory or if he maybe had the car cleaned at one point, had these put on and never took them off, because you can see it's all back here too. And he used these really ugly mats, and I kept them in here just to protect the floor. And if you come around to the driver's side, you'll see the second front mat. So all of the mats have this protective cover, and they do not look like they've ever been stepped on. So I want to make sure I keep them and preserve them. Unfortunately, I decided just to keep this here, and we've had some rain lately, so I definitely want to make sure I clean down this edge here and take this out and keep it protected. So I went ahead and picked up some new floor mats because these ones are just absolutely disgusting. I can't stand them. And you can see here, just from daily driving it, I need to clean down this driver's seat here, some of the door panels here. We come in here and there's just a little bit of dirt and dust, nothing crazy. The radio here, which is the stock cassette player, needs to be cleaned down, and everything just needs a good wipe down. And I got my mats over here that I picked up, so we'll just get everything vacuumed up real nicely. I'll try to scrub these carpets down a little because they look a little faded or maybe just discolored from dirt, so we'll get those cleaned down. These are the mats we're gonna be throwing in. So some cheap ones, but at least they match and they look a lot better than those rubber ones. And then we'll just clean out all the door panels, get all the dirt and grime and stuff out of here, and move forward. So let's get going. Seems like I found the only area that looks really bad up underneath this mat, almost like something had gotten wet at some point, but it is dry. I'm gonna go ahead and use the steam cleaner on that because I know it'll pull up a lot of that stuff. Now, the very positive news is I don't think anybody has ever sat in his back seats or put their feet down on these mats, because up underneath here is like brand new. These mats look absolutely brand new. Obviously, we're gonna be tossing these ones out. And then these door panels have this plastic covering, which I'm pretty sure would be factory because it's on both sides, and it wouldn't make sense if that wasn't from the factory. Now, the bad news, not terrible news, is this mat was being used at some point. You can see it's got a little bit of fraying and it's a little different color, whereas the passenger side looks absolutely brand new. So we've got the rear and the passenger side that's probably never been sat in or stepped on, and obviously the driver's side is the worst. Now I can steam this down, clean it up, and make it look brand new, and then kind of protect it from that point forward. And that's what I'm gonna do. So pull the steamer out, get that thing set up, and we're gonna start cleaning that carpet over there. That's really about what I've got to do because everything else is pretty darn clean already. Just a little more vacuum in here and there and we'll be finished. Well guys, she's finally done and I could not be happier with the results. I am absolutely blown away. Really hope you guys have enjoyed this video, bringing this girl back to life. Let's go ahead and do a full walk around. Let's go ahead and check out the interior. Oh, and one more thing. Went ahead and tinted the windows. I did it myself, not something I recommend. And I used ceramic tint and it made a world of difference on the heat that's going into this car. So I'm glad I did it. I really contemplated it. I love the look of the no tinted windows, but I want this thing to last. And like I said, the entire concept of doing all this stuff is to preserve what we've got. So let's go ahead and walk around. And let's go ahead and check out this beautiful interior. You guys have already seen this as I was cleaning it. I did go ahead and get the original mat over here cleaned down. Unfortunately, I had to take off that factory, or at least what I think is factory plastic that was on there, but it came out really nice and I'm gonna preserve that. We're not gonna be sitting on that. I can tell you that it'll be going in the back, but I will be bringing it out for car shows, and that one's gonna stay wrapped. Come around to the back side. This really blew me away, and I've already mentioned this, but the original plastic, it looks like, is on these door handles, which is absolutely amazing. And once again, this entire back area still has that plastic on there, and those floor mats look like they've never been touched. Back seat looks like if it's been sat in maybe once or twice, but barely ever. Let's take a look at the headliner because we didn't talk much about that. Also, the sunroof works perfectly. Now, there is some fading in the headliner right back here. The VLR did take care of that, but as soon as the VLR dried, it came back. So I'm gonna try a couple other products to bring that back to life. And these sun visors, I don't think anybody's ever used these sun visors. Let's go ahead and step up here, pull that down. Take a look at that. Looks pretty much brand new. Didn't really have to do much cleaning on that. Also went ahead and picked up a few of my favorite tapes. I got some Van Halen, some AC/DC. I actually found those at a store near me, so kind of cool. And this dash, just absolutely perfect. No cracks in it, just looks amazing. Once again, we'll just do a kind of quick once over here. And you guys have an awesome day. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this car again and bringing her back to life. You guys have an awesome day, a blessed week, and I'll catch you on the next video.